Hey, bold ones, and welcome back to Live Boldly by Tila. So, today I want to kind of talk about my 30-day challenge and how that went for me. So, many of you who follow my social media already know that I've been doing a 30-day challenge inspired by Tabitha Brown. I just read her book, I Did a New Thing, not too long ago. And she talks about trying something new for like 30 days. And so I was inspired by that and decided to do my 30 days myself. So I want to talk about some of the things that I tried out. Then I want to talk about the effects of doing a 30-day challenge and how that went and what I feel on the back end of that. And then, of course, I've made a little PDF file for a 30-day challenge with some ideas for you guys to try some new stuff out. And I'll link that in the description and you can try it as well. And of course, I would love for you to comment and tell me some new things that you tried and how that went for you. And of course, never feel obligated to do 30 days. Of course, you do what feels right to you. So if that's a week, if that's 3 days, heck, if that's an hour, do that and tell me how it went. But I'm all about trying new things. I think that's part of being alive and living and being your best self, stepping out of your comfort zone and doing something new. Now, let's get into some of the things that I tried. I volunteered to work at a community garden here in the DFW area. So I tried to find one that was close to my house, something not too far out. And I found when they had what they call like a work day. Um, and in order to find that, I just Googled community gardens and looked on their site, and they have like a sign up here where they'll send you emails when those work days come up or opportunities for you to go help. And that's what I did. And so I saw an email about a Saturday morning where they were having a work day, 8 a.m. to whatever. I don't know what time it had on there. But I said, yeah, I'm going to go do that. So I tried to go find me some garden gloves because I'm like, I'm about to be, in the dirt and doing my thing. And of course, I couldn't find none, but because I guess it's not the season for that, in Walmart where they have all the garden stuff, that's all put away and it's Christmas time now. That as soon as Halloween is over, it's Christmas time. So that's kind of what we're seeing. And so I was able to find some old work gloves that I had previously from some other things. So I took those, took a bottle of water, and I just had it out there. I showed up, and everybody's like, "Hey, are you just volunteering, or what are you here? Like, trying to do you have a plot out here?" And I'm like, "No, I just saw that today was a work day, and I just wanted to help. What are you guys doing? Like, tell me what to do, and I'm in it." And so that's what I did, and they were actually rebuilding the plots that are around everybody's little square, plot. And so we literally were like chopping wood and carrying it over to the garden. And they actually gave me a drill, and I was drilling nails and putting this thing together. And it's something that I definitely don't do often at all. Had never been to this space at all, didn't know any of these people at all, and so it was really something different for me. And I stayed out there for a few hours. When you're volunteering, I feel like sometimes you don't really have to feel obligated to be there, all the hours. Just put a little time in, see how you feel about it. If you get tired or if you got something else to do, you're volunteering, so it's not a real obligation to stay there forever. So I did that as one new thing, and that was really cool. I had something else to do afterwards. I only stayed for a few hours, but I mean, I felt it the next day. When you're out there hauling wood and squatting and pulling weeds, you definitely feel that the next day. So that's something that's a little bit more, you got to be a little bit more able-bodied, a little more active, but it's a really cool thing to do. And like I say, it felt really good to be out there kind of helping and contributing, like I say, with no plot out there of my own, or no real motive or reason, just wanting to volunteer and help. So it felt really good. I went to a new church. I decided to try out a new church. I've been popping into churches around the area for quite some time, just kind of looking in for something that feels like home or feels right, somewhere I want to attend. So I hadn't really found that. And so I learned about this church, and it had been on my to-go list, and I decided to go ahead and pop in there. And I went this past Sunday, and it was a really good experience. The pastor, the people, the music, it was just really a vibe. I did feel like it is a place I would go back and visit. So, a church visit, that's something that you can do by yourself, really easy. Most of the people are very warm and welcoming. They show you, where to sit. And if you're into church or spiritual things, that might be a good thing that you can try on your own. That's the thing about the 30-day challenge and doing a new thing is it doesn't have to be something, big, huge, going to a church could be something, a little bit smaller for some of us. But yeah, that could be something that if you're into church or spiritual things, spirituality, God, that might be something that you'll try. And I did, and I enjoyed it. I joined a new gym recently, so I've been popping into all the classes they offer, right? I'm a morning person when it comes to my workouts, really. So each day I'm popping into a different class. I like to do a little yoga, a little strength training. So I'm trying new classes, meeting new people, teachers, even learning some new moves and correcting some moves that I have learned that I've been doing a dumbbell squat. No, a deadlift. I've been doing the deadlift the wrong way all this time. Yeah, had a trainer at the gym was like, nope, that's an RDL. That's not it. So I learned a new thing in that regard, and also trying out these different classes, doing the yoga, doing the strength training, the Zumba, the Pilates, all these different things that you can try. And that way you can knock out a new things definitely every day. If you're at a gym trying out new classes, that's like 5-10 things. Like, check your boxes, do that. Also checked out a new meat market out here. We have a store called Wild Fork, and it might be very familiar to you guys, but I had never been inside of it. And they actually opened a new location out in Plano, and so I went there and checked out that meat market, and found some really good prices on stuff. Bought quite a bit of stuff for a really good price, and it just was just a new place to visit. So that's another easy one to knock out too. Just pop in a store that you've been looking at. You like, I might go in there. Pop into a new store somewhere. The other day I noticed it was like a Hallmark store or something across the street, and I'm like, I didn't even know that Hallmark stores exist. So maybe popping into a new store that's been on your list to try. Maybe a thrift store, maybe a Hallmark store, maybe a meat store, just anywhere that looks interesting that you've never been into. Also been into, I was on a hike, and some of the folks who were with me told me about Fleet Feet, and it's a place where you can go and they will like measure your feet and kind of analyze how you walk and recommend shoes based on the way that your feet are made. So that was a new place for me to go and a new experience that I had never been fitted like specifically for shoes, but I did go and get a pair, and I'm very excited about them. I might show you guys, might not, I'll see. But yeah, so I'm excited to break in some new shoes. And so that was another new experience for me too. And the girl that was actually helping me was really sweet and very helpful. So those are just a few of the things that I did this in this 30-day challenge. That was a new thing. Of course, there's endless new things to try. Maybe you've never worked a puzzle before. Work a puzzle, and that's something like easy peasy, right? Maybe you make a new friend, right? Maybe you have a neighbor across the hall that you've never spoken to. Maybe you should speak them. Introduce yourself. Hey, I live across the hall from you. May start up a conversation. So there are endless things, and like I say, if you try some new stuff, let me know what you've tried, and let's talk about new things to try or how to find new things to try. We can talk about that a little bit too. So I think the benefit of trying something new for me is to really push me outside of my comfort zone, to explore more of my likes and dislikes. So it's a process of kind of continuing to get to know myself and see what I'm comfortable of doing, or maybe discovering something I didn't know I was good at doing. I think that's the benefit of it, but also like say just challenging myself, like do the same thing. I'm pretty routine. My life right now is it's pretty routine. And so to kind of get out of that routine and do a different thing and throw some new folks and new experiences in there, feel good. It gets you out of that rut, and kind of like, sometimes I describe it as like kind of feeling like a little bit more alive. When I'm trying something new and something that challenges me, when I feel a little anxiety behind the situation, I know that I'm like pushing myself. I'm out of my comfort zone, and that feels good. The more I can push myself out of my comfort zone, I feel more confident, like I can do anything. If I could go to this place by myself and do this thing, I can do anything, So I think it just really builds your confidence, your self-esteem. You really get to know yourself a little bit more and the things that you like and don't like. And, maybe you discover a new talent, a new hobby, or something just new for yourself. So I think it just really helps to broaden your horizons overall, Don't get stuck in the same tedious routine, change it up a little bit. Maybe my workout is strength training at the gym every day. Maybe I just go for a walk. Just doing something that gets you out of the rut so you can wake up, feel more alive, and feel more ready to conquer the challenging moments of life. Because life, it's up, it's down, it's up, it's down. It's always going to be a challenge, and it's always going to be a little bit of a journey. So I think you'll be better equipped to handle more things when you're in more situations. I was having a conversation with a friend the other night, and I just was telling him, like, I feel like I've had a lot of experiences. I've lived in multiple states, I've met different people, I've been overseas, I've saw a lot of different things. So I feel like that enables me to be able to relate to more people and start rando conversations and find some common ground with other people, because I've lived there too, because I did that thing too, because I tried that food too, so I think it just helps you really be able to connect. And I feel like a big part about life is connecting. The current focus for me after this 30-day challenge is to kind of keep it going, right? So maybe I knocked out a lot of the smaller things. Like maybe now I want to challenge myself in a little bit of a bigger way, right? Maybe I want to go overseas to a few different countries next. I think I'm just going to try to continue putting some new things in my routine on a weekly basis at least. And it could be small things too, maybe changing up the menu or something like that. And also planning some longer term, bigger changes for my life. I think that's something that I kind of want to keep up, because it feels amazing to really set these goals and knock out these things, check these boxes, and also just to live and have a good time. I'm also, of course, working on creating some more consistent content for you guys. It has been on my list for 1,000 years to continue to create content more consistently, and I'm in a space now where I feel like I'm more ready to do that. And so I will definitely have posting regularly once a week on YouTube as something that I'm going to implement in my weekly routine for sure. Well, as always, I thank you guys for taking the time to sit and watch this channel. And of course, I encourage you to start your own 30-day challenge. Like I said in the very beginning, there is a link to a PDF that I've created for you to start checking off some boxes and trying some new things in your life. And don't forget to sign up for my newsletter. I'm working really hard to create at least a bi-weekly newsletter where you can keep up with some of the things I have going on, the links and resources to trying some new things and living bold, and of course blog posts. So get on that mailing list so you can keep up. I don't know about y'all, but I feel like 2025 is going to be a big year. A lot of things are going to happen for all of us. So I'd love for us to kind of keep in touch and encourage and motivate each other, and just build a little bit of a community, So don't forget to sign up for that newsletter and follow my social media links. Of course, like and subscribe. Stay bold, stay curious, and I'll see you in the next video.